That was great, and welcome to another one of VidReps. This is game 3 of Zor versus Larke. It is now 1-1, so this is the final match in this best of 3 on Daybreak. So here we are. First game was quite swiftly dealt with. Larke dying there to a timing push with Hellions, and then the second game was a bit of a standoff there where Larke went for a much many expansions and eventually kept Zor in his base, even though he was slightly ahead at one point there. So there we go. Already going. So yeah, Daybreak. We might not see a full-on macro build, but we'll see what's going to happen with these guys. So we've already got the supply depot going down now, the build orders. Quite alright. So really, it comes down to whether or not Larke can get his economy going, because the first game it was a bit. You know, we can look at the APMs here. So once he gets his macro going, he can be quite a threat. But in those early moments of the game, he's already shown to be a bit more, I don't know, sometimes forgetting some key things, maybe a bit too late on his hatchery placement and all those things. So we'll see what happens. Who can... he's already gotten quite a good spot off here now. The barracks already going down. And the SCV, let's see. No scout yet from Xor, actually, but... Alright, so we've got 300, and there's the hatchery. So with a quick expansion, we'll see how late his pool is going to be this time, because it's already been quite late in the past. Now going to max out, not really building a overlord yet, so he's going to supply block himself in a minute there. So that's going to be quite awkward. To supply depots there, and the barracks already producing. Going to take care of that drone that's been queued around the base there. Build command going up. Hatchery done. So there's the spawning pool there before actually going for a overlord. Now that the overlord's still not building, so he's going to be a supply block for quite some time unless he does some double extractor trick or something like that, which is unfortunate actually. Going for that extractor trick there as well. That's not going to do much good. He does see the Marines already. There goes the drone now. Here comes an early expansion from Zor, which is going to be a really dangerous idea for Larke if he doesn't amount to some pressure early. Although we did see the same thing in the previous game, but then Larke of course went for a third, and the third on this map is quite a while away, or well, is very much in the open, so very easily, especially for Hellion harass, if yeah, we do see 2 refineries, we don't see the barracks going up, so we won't see any marine pressure. We are going to see probably a factory builder maybe going into Hellions. I don't know. Let's see here. We did get a spot off on the expansion and the pool, so it does know what's happening there. And on the other hand, yeah, we've got a pretty good spot. We did not see the refineries though, so Larke doesn't know about the double gas that just went up. I don't see, well, Zor actually, ooh dear, going high in the minerals here, finally taking down that factory. That's good. There's the queen, and there's the queen. So we do see some more production now from Larke. Spawning pool's got the speed link, so you might want to pressure a little earlier, because it's very hard indeed for Terran to block that off before the siege tanks arrive. Alright, so yeah, a lot of gas, a lot of minerals. Needs to be careful with supply blocking, and just as I say that, there's a third, and Larke supply blocked himself yet again, so something he really needs to be careful about. Alright, so we've got a Roach Warren up, just as a speed is going to go, and let's see, but we don't have any sort of combat units from, let's see here, army-wise, no. None of them really have produced any combat units whatsoever. Third base coming up, so again, very macro-intensive indeed. We've got, here come the Hellions, we've got the starport now, so we are going to see a 1-1-1 build. type thingy. We've got a tech lab here as well. So we might see, after the Hellions have been built, see the starport switch with the tech lab on the barracks, and then we can have our blue flames, I'm sure, and then the starports are just going to have some fun, I guess. Or maybe some banshees, or of course medevacs, which is more likely. Roach Warren, we've got the lair going up now. And the third gas, not the fourth yet. A third queen being built, and the third base now up and actually being saturated already. Some zerglings waiting to see if any pushes happen, but the nature of the map of course dictates that they can go around if they please to. Aliens going to retreat back into the base. 2 refineries up now. So yeah, heavy gas, there you go. We've got the banshees and the cloak, so going full on that, and we've got the Hellions to deal with those zerglings. Command center there sitting idle. Now morphing to an orbital command, but there's an overlord waiting at the third, at the long end third. So he might actually spot that third goes up, and we might get a prompted timing push. Although, if we look at the units, we've got a lot of roaches. So more roaches being produced. This is not going to be good against the banshees here. The zerglings are going to gun run. Oh, nice close. Going to prevent that spot, because here's the first banshee. Oh, this is dangerous. He can't. No, he shouldn't have spotted that. Banshee should still be in the clear, but that was sloppy. He did close those doors, but didn't cancel the banshee arrival. Here comes the Hellion. Here we're going to have another Hellion push. The roaches are there, but the Hellions can bypass that. We don't have any spine crawls. This might be ugly. We actually have almost no defense at the third, and that's exactly what they're going to go for. Only 2 roaches and a queen. There's going to be a lot of... Oh, most of the... Needs to be careful with the micro, though. Oh, he doesn't quite get... Yeah, there you go. Going to get sandwiched now. And he's going to reveal that banshee. That's going to be a problem. Because the cloak is there, but only 1 banshee. And is that going to prompt a response? Let's see here. Here comes the Spire, but that was before the Banshee was even up. But did he see the starport? He did not. So that's the first time we've seen those Banshees. There's the overload. So still that OC, still there, not being used. Here come 2 armories. So going to build another Banshee, but then it's going to be Thors, I do believe, to counter the roaches. And we don't have a... No, we've got the Spire. So Spire to counter the Banshee. He's going to run, if he's going to overcommit to those Mutalisks, going to run straight into those Thors. Not going to be a good day. See some more Banshees, the bunker's up. Now that OC is going to fly out. That's going to get spotted. But I don't think, let's see if he's got the speed on the roaches. No, he does not. So even if he wanted to, that's going to take a very long time to get his army there to actually do something about that. Here comes another queen, actually. He might be thinking about taking a 4th and taking the macro battle, because right now, army size, look at that. He has a bigger army size. That's actually quite strange, because I'm trying to figure out where they are. So the Overlord spots that. Of course, yeah, there we go. The first Thors are being built, and the armories are working full force. Banshee's probably going to get stopped now in units. Let's see, he's got 3 of them, 14 Hellions. Indeed, so the 12 roaches and the 2 zerglings are worth more than what Terran has right now. And of course, more easily replaced as well. Nothing to do about that Overlord except, you know, building a turret, as he has no anti-air whatsoever. Let's see, production-wise, what do we see? 6 infestors. And neural parasites, so he does know about the Thors coming. The transition from the Banshees. The Banshees haven't been really that good yet. Did not do any damage whatsoever except that raid on the 3rd, which is now amply saturated. No spawn crawlers there to prevent the same thing from happening, but I guess both of them realize they've already moved on in the game. We've got range on turrets now. Here come the rocks are going down to facilitate the Terran some more. Banshee, Thor, Hellion. Here comes the army. that is not quite as big. Well, more easily dispatched of, because the highest cost in there is of course those infestors. The third one, 1, 2, 3, fourth actually, going up, and that's why of course he's moving around there a bit. The Terran army just standing there, not really doing anything, which is a shame because he should be able to. He does not know anything about that third. Gonna move out now. He's got those Hellions. I do believe they will be upgraded, and the Thor now 111, all of them upgraded. Here comes some more Roach, so it's going to be quite a standard fight here. But I'm not sure. The positioning is going to be very, very important. There's a lot of Roaches. Those Hellions aren't going to be that useful, except for fodder. Oh dear, and here you go. He's going to get exactly the number of Hellions, Banshees I mean. He knows everything about that army needs to. We've got the Neural Parasite. The Neural Parasite is researched, so if he could get a flank off with those Infestors, then this might turn very ugly indeed. And of course, yes, I am casting this live on the LAN, so that was that noise. Here we go. Here comes the engagement. There go the Banshees. Oh, this is a mistake. There's no detection there. This is going to get ugly. Oh, there's the Infest. There's the detector. The Roach is engaged, but the Thors are in behind. The Hellions are taking all of the hits from the Roaches. This is quite ugly indeed. But still, there are too many Roaches, too many infested Terrans, and too many Infestors. And there you go. Doesn't even need to use the Neural Parasite. So, yeah, just brute force and positioning did it there. Even though those Hellions did more damage than they should have. So be careful with that Banshee now. Not to lose any of the Infestors. He's going to go all the way here, but he needs to be careful not to overextend himself, and exactly he's going to retreat now. Time enough to saturate this base here. Let's see. That's not producing anything. He's got 1,000 Sounders, everything in the bag. Now 3 upgrades starting just now. He's got the hive ready. Now let's see what he's going to do. Now he's got the firm map control here. The income is still greater over the Terran. The planetary fortress, is not going to be allowed to complete. And this is unfortunate. Fixor here. Very unfortunate indeed. There's a lot of Roaches. Plus 2 armor upgraded. Only a couple of Thors. They look scary, but not enough to stop this army-wise. Yeah, there's 50 supply up on the Zerg side. You really don't want that to happen, especially if you're Terran. A lot of Lings now. They're going to find that command center. Hopefully cancel it. No. Oh, that's not good. Losing that command center like that is not a good thing indeed. Hellions trying to do something, but the drones are already gone. The drones are already gone. The army is there to intercept. So, yeah, the map is in a firm grasp for Larke now, and exactly as I said, if you let him macro up, he's a very good player indeed. You don't want to let him macro up. Oh. Bit of supply clearing here, I'm assuming. The Roaches are sitting there. This is again something you don't want to do against a Terran though, letting him sit there for a second. As now this base is still not saturated. That's a shame. Not that he really needs it, but still. There's quite a few, because look at that. All of these factories, there's so many factories here. That's 5 in total. Pumping out those Thors, and enough of an income to actually do that still. Although he is now dry in his main, this is going to hurt him indeed. That's still 2-2 Thors. I really think some Marauders could do him some good against those Roaches instead of the Thors. They're just too big of a target right now, and the maneuverability isn't great either. We've got a sensor tower going up to see if any backdoor snitches happen. I don't know what that Queen was doing there, but is there no more? Quite. So that's 10 Thors. And a very spread out Zerg army, all getting spotted right on top here. But I don't know. If they can be surrounded, it's going to be quite ugly. And still, remember, those infestors have that neural parasite. Most of them do have the energy to do that. Right now, the Hive is there, and the Ultras Cavern is coming up because he does have the resources for it. Here it comes. That's a bad positioning from the Zerg. But also from... Oh, wow, getting completely destroyed here, getting blocked there. Here comes the neural parasite, though. And they are doing quite some damage. But all of the Thors are still there, and it's not going to last long. And that's going to get wiped clean. Now, let's see production-wise. We've got an Ultra Scout, we've got Broodlords, and not 40, you count them. 40 Roaches being built, and Sword does not have the resource. He needs to take out this, which should have been a fully operational hatchery twice over, is not, but he's going to stop right there and allow those Roaches to hatch. That's a lot of Roaches coming in from a lot of angles, though. Here they go, and there's the Broodlords as well from behind, and that's going to spell all she wrote for that Thor army, overextending himself. Going too far without reinforcements, out of position, completely out of position. And now being just pursued, being picked off remorselessly with the Broodlords in pursuit as well. And not even going to be necessary. And right now there is that fourth base from the Terran. He is getting that income. He's actually higher than the Zerg right now, but his production, Zor, GG's. Really? Okay, so he would have lost that army, he would have lost that third base. His main was mined out, and it was just too much going on. But it was, well, it's the third base was never, the fourth base should I say, was never really saturated, so a bit of a mistake there. But there you go, Zor GG's, and that's all she wrote for him. And there we go, Larke going through to the next brackets, and I'll be sure to cast some more during the course of this LAN. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.